Thank you very much. We're just here kind of to, again, re-announce we're going to do another night court session the evening of May 30th, so next Thursday, and then also on June 27th of 2019. That'll be for the county court only, so on second floor. It'll be in courtroom number 24, and this will go from 4:30 to 7 p.m. The purpose of this additional court session is to provide greater access to the justice system to those individuals who cannot miss work to attend regular court session without risking termination of their employment. It will also allow those individuals to get other individuals to watch their children during the regular business hours, and they can arrange for a family member then to come in and watch their children during the time they come down to court in the evening. This is a pilot program. Ms. Kirchhoff and City Attorney Jeff Kirkpatrick went to the county clerk or county courts and asked them about doing something like this. They were very enthusiastic about joining us in this. So this also includes the sheriff's office, because they have to have somebody here to have at the entrance and also to provide security for the courts. So this is a collaborative effort between the city attorney and the county sheriff and the county clerk's office. So hopefully this will help. Like I said, it's a pilot program. It is only going to be dealing with misdemeanor, non-custody cases. If there are warrants, we are going to do the warrant forgiveness again, but that will not be for individuals who have a warrant on a Class 1 misdemeanor where there's been a hold for court. The judge, a lot of times what will happen is an individual will come in for sentencing, they'll miss their sentencing, and then the judge will place a hold for court on them. Those individuals will go into custody if they show up. So we want to make sure that they understand that. Jeff or Jessica, do you want to about how to get a hold of the courts and?
Sure. The court is taking matters to be set currently for that session. Anyone can come to court at this time and request to be set in that session for a matter that won't necessarily result in a custody. I believe the court is setting all the matters right at 4:30. And we'll take them kind of as we can through the session. We would appreciate, and I know the court would appreciate, people coming in advance to set those matters up so that we can have an idea of the number of people that we're going to have our files pulled and be ready to go. That definitely assists the court as well in knowing the amount of files that have to be ready for this session. Definitely, if you have an attorney, please contact your attorney to get that set up for you. If you don't have an attorney, please feel free to contact county court on the second floor of the courthouse. Call the clerk's office. That's at 402-441-8959 for instructions on what to do and how to get your cases set for that session. Again, we won't be able to address necessarily issues that are hold for court or people that do need to be taken into custody, kind of unlike the last time. We really appreciate everybody's involvement in getting this set up, and we definitely see the value in thinking creatively and hopefully not only reducing the amount of warrants that we have here in Lincoln and Lancaster County, but hopefully see that ripple effect into reducing their jail population, if at all possible, and getting matters resolved without people having to be taken into custody.
So just to clarify, they can show up with a misdemeanor warrant as long as it's not a Class 1 misdemeanor or a hold for court, and then they can see the judge and not be taken into custody.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
That's the plan.
And even a Class 1 misdemeanor, as
Yeah.
long as it's not a hold for court.
Okay.
It's
Right.
not the class of the misdemeanor, it's a matter,
The hold for court.
at least in our case, if they're confused, they can call our office and we'll tell them whether there's a
Gotcha.
warrant and make arrangements for them. We're not trying to surprise anybody,
Sure.
but it is a little bit more complicated than it was the last time.
Okay.
But it also should be more streamlined because we're going to have people that are going to be scheduling. We hope a lot of people will schedule. If they can't and come in anyway, we'll try to accommodate them. But the people that have scheduled will have an opportunity to go before the judge first and move through quicker. We are very grateful for the court. I think it shows the court's commitment. Excuse me. Jessica.
Thank you.
I think this program and the willingness of the court to cooperate shows their commitment to being open, give access to as many people as possible. Our hope is that long term this is a cost-saving as far as the taxpayers, because we can get some folks with warrants out there through the system, and so we don't have that situation where an officer pulls somebody over for a broken tail light and ends up taking them to jail. We don't want that. They certainly don't want that. But we don't know what the demand is going to be until we try this out. So that's why we're doing it this month and next month, just to see what the level of interest is in the community.
This has been tried before, right?
This is kind of an evolution of what we've done before. As you recall, we had that warrant week. The county attorney's office suggested that clear back. When was it? October, September?
Yeah.
Last
Warrant
fall.
week in August, yeah.
In August. So we did that warrant week with 4 days, then we did another warrant day later, and then we did one night court. The difference that this is we're I think, announcing it well in advance, and we're asking people, if at all possible, to schedule their cases into court.
And if you've been in the court systems, you know that sometimes things are set for what they call docket calls, which is kind of a, let's set it for the next hearing. Well, some people can't make those docket calls when they're set during the regular business day. So we're going to take those up today, or next Thursday, those can be taken up. If somebody wants to enter a plea, they can enter a plea. So we're going to be doing some things that maybe we didn't announce the last time. I think it was done the last time, but this kind of making the courts more accessible to individuals that maybe can't do it during the daytime. They can get to court at night.
And part of the reason we're doing this is the earlier things we did had a fairly high level of interest. We thought they were successful.
Right.
That was going to be my question. What was the response that you had from the first time that you've done things like this?
Did you want to talk
Yeah,
to
I mean, I think it was very, I mean, I think we were a little bit surprised at the response that we got on it. So I think the courts and all of us were surprised at the response that we got. So we thought, well, let's try this and let's see if we can get that type of a response again. And then, depending on the response this time, we may go to the courts and the courts can maybe work on setting up a schedule. Right now, there is overtime that the clerk's office will need to pay their employees. The sheriff has overtime for their employees. The city attorney and the county attorney, I mean, we're going to be staffing it with our attorneys, so and if there's a support staff there, we can flex that. But if this does work, then maybe we could set it out in advance so those agencies can plan for that, reschedule some employees so they're not taking overtime, so we can kind of make it a more common event.
So what will be those hours for that night court?
4:30 to 7:30, or 4:30 to 7,
Seven.
sorry. But I believe the court will be setting things for 4:30 as opposed to different times throughout that time period.
So could you go over the dates and the times again, just so we know?
Yep, May 30th, which is the last Thursday of the month, and also June 27th, which is the last Thursday in June, 4:30 to 7, courtroom 24.
And we have a handout over here if you guys want to grab one. And then I'll try to get the numbers. I remember last time you shared the success rate or the numbers, so I'll try to look that email back up and send it out in our briefing email.
One more question, sorry.
Sure.
If these two go well, are you thinking about making this like a monthly thing, or kind of what's the forward-looking projection for this?
I think we probably need to get with the court administrator's office and see, and work with the courts on this and what they're willing to do. And again, we have talked with the court administrator's office. They are, they want to look into this and doing this and seeing what the response is going to be, and then we'll go forward from there. Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.